I heard about Dungeons and Dragons for a while, but the first time I actually ever saw anyone play was in college.
So I was on a site for people who liked the same thing. And someone made a post about starting a D&D campaign based on this game. And I had never played D&D before. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump in.
In an online role-playing group, we were doing something completely different, and one of my friends turned to us and said, "Hey, I want to run a D&D one-shot. Does anyone want to join?" And so I was like, "Yeah, sure. I've heard about this D&D thing. Why not give it a try?"
I think the first time I actually played was from midnight till 4 a.m. and a sleepover where my friend was just like, do you want to try it? Because I was talking about it and we weren't sure. That campaign ran for, I think, 6 months.
Whole aspect of creating this new realities with new characters, scenarios, and games is absolutely insane. And the fact that no story is like the other.
Storytelling of it all. It's just like being able to make a story that, like, even though it's not going to be like shared with the entire world, it's going to be your story, and it's going to be something you just world, and you're going to just make friends and go on fun adventures, and you're going to have a great time.
The sheer amount of creativity that someone can put behind it, you can do just about anything with it, and it's all fair game with discretion, of course.
Everyone has influence on the story, so you never really get bored because the story just keeps going and going and it's unpredictable.
I think the reason why I keep going back to it is also because of that, because I can throw just about whatever I want into the game, and I can kind of vomit my ideas onto it. And if it doesn't work out, just make a new character or make a new campaign.
Everyone getting to say their piece, everyone, taking feedback.
You get to shape the story along with like X other amount of people.
I think everyone somewhat becomes a character, takes from their own life and experiences into their characters.
It can be small things like, I don't know, a preference for tea over coffee, or it can be much sort of deeper aspects of a character, like some sort of trauma. There's a little piece of me in each of my characters.
Become a reoccurring part of my life, something that I'm always looking forward to, because it's on a weekly cycle, so it's always like, okay, 2 more days till D&D, and then I'm going to meet my friends, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to relax for those couple hours, and it's just something that I'm looking forward to.
Because it lets me be in the same room, quote unquote, with people with A, similar interests, and B, the kind of creative flair that I have. It definitely makes it a lot easier to connect with people as well, because initially you're playing these completely different characters who have very little to do with you as a person. And then like after a session, we'll be sitting there and talking through everything. And I've actually made some really good friends through that campaign.
You think you know what will happen, and then something else completely happens, and it's such just a journey through the chaos.
The button they weren't supposed to push. It's so fun just seeing the wackiness that comes out of that, because they can be so creatively wrong in so many ways, and
There's the time that our 7-year-old child got thrown against multiple doors in order to open them, and then it turned out that they were actually open to begin with. It's just the thrower did not care to check before throwing the child.
Someone went looking for a squirrel character that existed, couldn't find them, ended up climbing a tree and taking 20 acorns with them.
I decided to give my best friend a duck curse to be hunted by a fat, fluffy, switchblade-wielding baby duck, which my party has named Francis, aka Francois. At some point they were travelling to a commission, and they'd stopped in this town, and she happened to get pickpocketed. She rolled a natural 1 on perception to go find the pickpocket. I then rolled a natural 20 to attack her with Francis. He managed to get her down because Francis won't like kill. He'll just like get you down onto death saves. And the party was deliberating on how to best save her. And by the time they figured out, okay, we're going to give her healing potion, she'd already rolled all her death saves and she died.
3 people nearly drowned first session. Someone got smacked with a shoe first session.
Francois has claimed many lives.
At the end of the last campaign I played in, there was like a magic item my dungeon master gave me, and I got hold of these magical bullets. But the thing is, my dungeon master gave me a magic gun, which let me shoot all my bullets at once, which led to me doing over 1,000 damage in one turn.
I'm trying to cause the most chaos while sticking to your rules exactly. I have a quote book, like, of just lists of things that throughout every campaign I've been in, whether I've been a player or a DM, of just really weird things people have said.
So there's always going to be chaos at a D&D table, but the difference is destructive chaos and like constructive.
There's emotion behind it, because there's 100% emotion behind everything in D&D. It can be very little emotion at sometimes, but it's still there, and it still influences what you do. It's how I make my friends, or largely how I make them at least.
If it was super niche, I probably never would have heard of it, but it's just nice to see, more people getting into the game, more potential players to traumatize.
I think it's great that a lot more people are starting to play, and it's kind of losing the stigma that it had 20 odd years ago, because it is a really fun game and it's a great way to spend time with friends. It's like a very bonding game.
I don't know how to encapsulate just everything it means to me. Like, a lot of self-discovery happens when you're at the table. Just, you think you're playing your little character, your little dwarf.
D&D is just an excellent time and hobby. It's a way to learn about yourself in terms of creativity and teamwork as well, and you get to meet some phenomenal creative people and make friends. It definitely had a huge influence on my life.
I was kind of completely alone before D&D, but it's basically cured me of like all the like mental health problems I had before playing D&D. Now I have a bunch of friends, which is super neat.
And now it's just something extra in my life that I get to experience.
It's definitely an experience everyone needs to have at least once.